Good morning. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. What doing? I always take a minute to think like, is it gonna work? Is the live gonna live? Is it gonna happen? Do I have to reboot it? But nope, we're good. Happy Monday, everyone. I hope you're having a beautiful day today. Whether you join here live or you watch later on, you receive this at your time. Again, this whole space is multidimensional, so it is at your leisure, at your convenience. And also, I'm so grateful for YouTube. They'll just send you my cafe, send you the message that you're meant to receive the moment that you're meant to receive it. So I'm so grateful for you. How are you today? Mm. My intention today is to talk about expansion. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Happy Monday. How are you today? I want to talk about expansion today and how this beautiful energy that I've been tapping into is that expansion is calling, but it feels very like built in, like we're ready for it. That's something that, and this could be Neptune going direct this week. It could be any of the, I could label any of the astrology. And the Four Horsemen series is definitely, I created a playlist for the Four Horsemen series because it's been a really wonderful way for us to really understand these boulders that have been shifting and finishing up that just guttural cleaning of the late degree Pisces in 2025, but also, Jupiter in Cancer hasn't been gentle. Uranus was not gentle in Gemini, and us getting used to these new vibrations and these new energies. Now, what I've experienced in my life and what it feels like when I tap into this community that's going to receive this is we just wake up each day and it's built in. It just feels natural, or we get the inkling to email someone, to call someone, to connect, to say something, to go somewhere, to create something, to do something, or to post something, or to stop posting something, or to turn left or turn right or go home, or it just feels very natural the way that things are coming up. And natural but not gentle, for sure. Like sometimes, and if you are new around here, and for all the people that've been with me for a while, the messages aren't always gentle, and you can kind of see my face be like, I don't want to say that. But it's it feels like we know where we're meant to be, and we know our not self, like the not self, like when I'm not myself, those themes. And we know when we choose to participate in them. We know when, it's kind of a little bit of a balance. Like I feel like sometimes my not self theme of like scrolling or plopping can be super healthy on Sundays, or super healthy when like sometimes I need to plop, and sometimes I struggle with plopping. And we've talked about that numerous times, but it feels like I just can't plop every day. And so if I set my intention to, I've been putting plop on my calendar so I get the little dopamine hit when I cross it off the calendar. I'm like, look at me being productive in my PJs. Yes. Cancer Moon transit really shook my entire emotional being these 2 days. Huge. Thank you for sharing. Felt like a tsunami and still feeling, but it's good. I've been clearing a lot of unhealthy emotional patterns in relationships. That is massive. Thank you for sharing that. Like it's working with the transits of the moon is profound, and it's such a theme when the moon is in Cancer, and it just gives us that courage to talk about that home space. And with the moon, like even if you like went back and were like, when did it exactly conjunct Jupiter retrograde, and like where was I brave during that moment? And I can usually tell my hair kind of pops up when the moon is in Leo, as it is now, and I can like tell. But it's the emotional patterns in relationship, or the unhealthy emotional patterns in relationships. When we look at that and we identify it and we transmute it instantaneously, we just don't attract those types of people anymore at all. It's instantaneous when we really, I don't want to say fix, but when we acknowledge a pattern, the whole thing shifts. It's like the butterfly effect. And that's like this it's just you saying tsunami. It was within the past, like, 40 minutes, not even, in the past, like, 20 minutes, you're the second person to say tsunami to me, so I'm gonna write that down. I wanna look at that. And it was like speaking of a tsunami wave of energy, and it was just really, really interesting and how we're all experiencing this profound shift of energy that is available to us right now. And whether it's the astrological language, whether it's the personal growth and development language, whether it's the, light code activation, the solar flare language, it's all the same thing. Whether it's even just your awakening language. Sorry, this is bothering me that it's not even it's so strange because it's backwards for me. I'm sorry. Thank you for realizing my OCD is like, "No, no." Oh, yes, and Leo moon thing, so real. I have been feeling the tsunami of energy. A lot of people said go and look at yes, 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 yes. This collective is so special, and I love being a vibrational match for you, and I love how we process so deeply, and I love how we dive into this, but we do it with such grace. We do it with such grace, and we just to find that grounding within our own emotional space, like, to see how much you have gone in and said, like, "This is me. This is my not self theme. This is what I need. This is what I'm processing. This is what I'm working on." It takes real finesse, and it's, at this point, just very, very graceful for all of us, so hello, 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 hello. Yeah, there's this beautiful energy, and it just feels incredibly expansive, but also at the same time not overwhelming. Like, no, I just know that I want to do this. I want to say this. I want to teach this. I want to it's just and it's also just what we've been doing. Kind of like the video that I posted last week about, like, now is your time. It doesn't feel like it's this massive shift of like, "Oh, I have to rebrand everything or do this or do that." It just feels like what you've been doing and what you've already recognized is finding its footing, it's finding its ground, it's finding its expansion. It's kind of like you thought you were buying this beautiful house, but then all of a sudden you're like, "Oh, the house came with this massive addition on it and this massive, like, 3rd, 5th, 4th floor and all of these different things to it," and it came from the deep inner work. It's not about ego to say like, "Well, I processed this, so now I got all these things." It's like, "No, you can go have you go right back to processing if that's your language." Like, we don't process to do the look at me. It's more so like we process to receive what it is that we're meant to receive and give what we're meant to give. But this collective I really love because it is about being of service to the world, whether we're entrepreneurs, spiritual entrepreneurs, artists, creatives, mothers, fathers, it doesn't matter. The way that you're creative is the way that you're creative. And like we talked last week, like the vibes of Neptune. Last week was it was just such a good vibe. It was such a good vibe. And yes, Animation Academy here in my city is totally something I'm meant to pursue. Oh my goodness, I love this. I love this. That is exactly yes, exactly, 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 exactly. There's such a vibe. I'm so grateful for you sharing that because there's this huge vibe of desiring to educate yourself or to follow your passion, to empower yourself in so many different ways. I myself like am receiving that at the same time. I know where I want to go. I know the tools that I need to get there, and I'm empowering myself. 2026 is going to be a huge year of education for myself as well. I love sharing that with you. That's so exciting. That's so exciting. It's so beautiful. And it's what I love most about this world is that we grow, is that everything really grows. I'm such a hobbit in that way, where I just love that all things grow. If you leave a garden unattended, weeds, roots, everything grows. And as humans, we're meant to grow. My natal sun is conjunct Jupiter, so I it's kind of built in and that tracks. That tracks. But where is your Jupiter? Where is everyone's natal Jupiter? How do we experience expansion? Because that could be a really beautiful planet to really think about and to talk about. And it would really match with the theme of expansion and how we really overdo it, but also like oomph it up. Whoa. Both of you, Jupiter and Cancer. I love this. Wait, natal Jupiter and Cancer? Twins in the first. Yours in the fourth. Oh my God, I love this. So you're having like Jupiter returns during this time period. Oh my god, I love this so much. I love this. Yes, this is beautiful. Oh my goodness. Twins. I could cry that you're in this room right now. I could cry. I could cry. I'm so happy to see you. Jupiter and Gemini. I love that. I'm hugging you from across. I'm so happy to see you. I'm so happy to see you. Oh my gosh. You just caught me off guard by your existence, and I'm just so grateful. That is so beautiful. It's so good to see you. It is so good to see you across time and space. Jupiter and Gemini. Yeah, that's good stuff. That's good stuff. Is that yeah, yeah, yeah. That's an eighth, isn't it? That's in your I'm trying to like pull up your chart in my brain, but I can't. But I'm yeah, that's yeah, yeah, yeah. This is so beautiful. So Jupiter is transiting your ninth right now, I want to say. Yeah, that all tracks. That all tracks so beautifully. I'm so happy. I'm just so happy. And it's giving us this opportunity to expand so naturally. Yes, seventh. I'm so happy you're here. I'm so happy. It's so lovely to see you. Jupiter yeah, that's a beautiful. I gotta pull up your chart after this and just take a peek see. But that's I was chatting with a friend just 2 days ago about that, about because I'd asked her, I was like, "When is it appropriate to ask a person that you're standing in front of for their birth chart?" Because, like, here I can do it because you know me, and that's why we're all here. I'm like, just like a stranger, like, when is it okay to be like, "Can I just quickly pull up your chart?" Because, like, my brain is like, "I just wanna see it in the sky. I just wanna see it right there." And this is yes. Yes. Oh my goodness, I'm so happy you're here. Opposes Mars in Cap. That is powerful. That is beautiful and powerful. It's like that's slingshot energy. And yeah, Mars in Cap is like this money. That's money. I want to make money. I want things to, but not in like an egoic way. It's more so in like a I know that I'm meant to be successful type of a way. But because that placement comes when you're born at such a young age, you kinda can like yeah, 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 yeah. But Mars in Cap is so you're gonna have a Mars return soon. Yeah, Mars is going into Cap next week, dude. I love that. You know it. You know it. You're mastering that right away. That's beautiful. It has to be something that we care about. That's the Cancerian vibe of things. Cancer, it's like an evolved Cancer. You have to have your heart in it. You have to have your passion in it 100%. Like it's something that Susanna, she's not, I don't think she's on the live today, but she's the Venus specialist that I've talked to a few times in the interview tab in the playlist. And she talks about like however you learn information is what your ninth house is run. And Cancer runs my ninth house. So I have to be passionate about something to even study it, to even look at it, to even like open a book with it. And it's just it's so it can be very much it can be an Achilles sometimes, but it's also when I travel, I'm like, I just want to meet every person. And I'm like I'm like processing in the back of the airplane, like the flight attendants, and I'm like, this is what I'm hearing and saying. Like it's yeah, the last time I flew when I went to California a few years ago, it was last year. Oh my goodness. It's kind of been a vice, but now I know I have something to pursue. It's like full force, let's go. Yes, yes, yes. Oh my goodness. I love that. I love that. That's and I get so many downloads when I'm driving, so that's beautiful. That is beautiful. And just making it happen. Just having this gumption, like it feels like the expansion is calling and what we forget. There was a phrase that I had heard once, and I might have talked about this before, and forgive me if I have, where it's like God's not checking your bank account when he gives you your mission, when he gives you the idea of like what to do. He's checking the content of your character. The universe is checking the content of your character and like that you're the vibrational match to make that thing happen. And like my ego is like, well, I kind of wish that you would check the bank account and like make it happen. Like, you know what I mean? But it also gives me the gumption and the tenacity to be like, okay, let's create more. Let's do something more. Let's honor this more. Let's put something more out there. Like, how can I best be of service in the way that's helpful for the universe? but in the same way that's helpful for myself so I can like give more, receive more, those types of things. So that's good. It's such a good thing. But this expansion, it feels as though the path that we're meant to walk right now is very clear in front of us. And it might be that, you know, I've mentioned this before, and it's kind of focusing on our future and what we might have labeled to be like, oh no, after I get here, then I'm going to do the future thing. Like, then I'm going to do it. And what this feels like is that we're being asked to really embody or to walk the path of that future. And it's something that I'm deep diving into in my Divine Sovereign room, in the membership group. We are doing like a few blogs on the future, and I talked about it in my blog that I wrote about going to a donation based model for my one on one services. Whereas I really had a little bit of floundering when I got the download that this was the way to do things, and then actually applying it in the middle. I was like, that's the me of the future who does that. That's not the me of the now. And my higher self was like, they're both now. You can just choose which vibration. I'm having a full body chill for this. You can just choose which vibration to really utilize and to work with. So if there's something that this expansion or something that you've seen and what maybe you've labeled as your future, how can that be integrated now? Can it be something that you educate yourself on? Could it be something that you say, okay, I know I need this certification, or I know I want to really deep dive more into this? And you could start applying for those types of schoolings. Because if it feels, like I said in the description, if it feels bigger, outside my reach, or it'll take so long to get there, you kind of know that that's where you're being called to expand. And, a lot of what has been coming up for us has been like Saturn went direct a few weeks ago, or was it a week ago? It was on Thanksgiving. So it was about 2 weeks ago. And Neptune's going to go direct in 2 days. So the clarity is coming in hot. The triggers are also, it's not, I don't want to use the term trigger in the way that we normally talk about it, but in a like, okay, so you've said yes to the future. Now this thing that you got to deal with is right here. Are you gonna deal with it as the older version of yourself, like the unevolved, the past version of yourself, or are you gonna deal with it as the future version of yourself? And are you gonna face it with integrity and honesty and earnesty, and you're gonna say, "I know where I'm going. I know where I'm going. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. I know where I'm going. I might not know exactly how to get there, but I know the direction that I need to go in." And it does, it feels as though the path that we're meant to walk will be as clear as day, but it might just be the next step is super clear. The next step is super clear. The next step is super clear. And we will know when we are off track. We will know. We are trusting our energy and our vibration. We will know when we are off track. Like it will be like the universe throws a boot at your face and be like, "Oh, thanks, thanks, thanks." How is this resonating for you? How are we feeling? Do we feel like this is like a natural expansion, or does it feel very jarring, or does it feel clear? Does it feel quiet? Like, if you could give it a few names, a few descriptive words, how does that feel for you in your life? Like, what feels most alive in your experience with expansion? And it could be your Jupiter, could be your natal Jupiter that you're working with, or Jupiter retrograde in Cancer right now. You can't even see. It's at like the bottom of the chart. It's in the house of home and safety in my pocket of the world. So how is that resonating with you? How does that show up in your life right now? Because there's a few different ways, like, I'm being practically asked to expand. In my membership group, there's expansion coming. There's, like, it just does. It feels like a wave, like this tsunami wave of energy. And I'm gonna put the link for my membership groups below. Did it? Yeah. Okay, dokie. I'll pin that up top. There's a beautiful space that, oh, okay. That you see, the expansion is across the timeline. Our view of when things need to happen is being stretched to its maximum limit. I love the way you just put that. Like, it doesn't feel like things need to be here now. It's very future oriented. I love that. I love that. I love that. And it does it. I love that explanation. The expansion is across timelines. Beautiful. There's been a pressure within for a while now, but it feels like outside world gives more space for me to expand clearly. Yes. Natal Jupiter is retrograde in Cancer at 25. Wow. Girl, it's full on Jupiter return right now. Full on Jupiter return. That is beautiful. Beautiful. Nigel, it is so good to see you. Welcome. I'm always so grateful that you make time in your evenings to come at this time. Yeah. Judy, that is incredible. That is incredible. What house is it in? Where is your natal Jupiter? Where is this excitement happening for you? That's beautiful, because that luck can just transcend. It's like I feel like you can see through liars really easily. Full body chill. And please, this is just what I'm hearing from just what you this is not doctrine, what I'm saying. In the 7th house, girl, yeah, I feel like and this is again, like, this is not doctrine. We don't know each other, so I just don't wanna, like, project onto you, but it feels like you can, like, smell a liar from across the room, and you're like, "Absolutely not." Yeah, yeah. Yeah, good, good. And it can sometimes be like the person that everyone's like, "Oh, this person's great, and they're so nice." You're like, no, I'm good. I'm gonna go this way. Thank you. You can show up. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that. No, ma'am. No, sir. No, I'm good. Thank you. I'm good. I'm good." Oh my goodness. That's beautiful. 2 Jupiters in 7th house in the house. I love that. I love that. I love that. That is beautiful. Then we have Jupiter in the 1st house, Jupiter in the 4th house. My Jupiter is in the 5th house. I kind of forget I have a Jupiter sometimes. Laughing over here, so true. You're so welcome. I'm so grateful that that resonates because it's not, with Jupiter in the 7th house, it's like it's an abundance, but it also Jupiter is thick. We talk about this all the time and it's expansive, but it can also be like so much. So there's so many people. There's an abundance of people. There's an abundance of things or connections and relationships. So discerning what is mine, what do I want? What do I actually want to put on my plate? Who do I actually want to invite to the table? That's the discernment of it. That's the discernment because the Jupiter work does take discernment. And I think that with this expansion, really understanding for all of us, regardless of where this is coming up in your life, knowing when to stop and knowing that no is a complete sentence and you don't need to. Really? Jupiter's also in the 5th house. That is beautiful. How does that show up for you? How does that show up for you? Because like I said, I sometimes forget I have a Jupiter because it's conjunct my sun. And so I like Sun's at 2 degrees Aries and Jupiter's at 5 degrees Aries in the 5th house. And sometimes I just forget that it's a planet and I forget that it's there. And it's an interesting. I'm also like the one that's like, you could fly if you want to. I mean, you've met me before, so you've seen that. I'm like, you can do anything you put your mind to. Anything. Like I'm saying that to strangers at the gas station. And it's just like, I will never lose that side of myself and play and joy, and I'm such a romantic at heart as well. Like just I love love so much because my 5th house is run by Pisces. So it's yeah. My 5th house is run by Pisces at 24 degrees. So the Saturn and Neptune retrograde has been in the 5th house, stayed fully in the 5th house. Like they're not leaving. They're there for a while. They're there for a while. So it's been fun. But finding ways to art and to be creative and to laugh and to find joy and to play with my inner child has been beautiful work. But yeah, this has been and definitely I put together, like I said, a playlist for the Four Horsemen series. Going back, if you did not watch the Four Horsemen, the Jupiter video, that could be a fun deep dive and working with this transit. Because there's the North Star of Jupiter, because I did a North Star date and aspect for all four of the horsemen, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. Neptune is posting tomorrow, and I recorded it already. I did not a date for the North Star, but I did 4 degrees of Aries for like the North Star, which is Neptune like scoots in his way, kind of getting to 4 degrees of Aries. it is actually quick compared to the rest of the transits leading to 2030. So, yeah, I would say, like, 0 where is 29 degrees Pisces to max 5 degrees Aries? Where is that falling in your chart? Because that, like, Neptune, creative expression, definitely, like, tsunami energy for sure. Oh my god, I referenced a tidal wave earlier today. Okay, never mind. I've that was the 3rd one. That was the 3rd. I referenced tidal wave energy today. Oh my goodness, but it's very creative and expansive and really wonderful, and it feels as though whatever really came up to be processed in 2025, next year, it's just energetic and astrologically a solid foundation. It looks good. It looks really good. And one thing I'll ask, and you don't have to answer it here, you don't have to answer in the chat, but one thing to ponder for the rest of the year is, like, what are we done with and leaving in 2025? And, I really shifted my mentality, the imagery that I use of, like, not like what's dead and being left behind, but more so the question of, like, what's fully integrated? Like, what are we not going to be acting out of anymore in 2026? And, how, like, what is the energy that we're not going to really act out of or let run the ship? Or if you want to say leave behind, like, what has closed, basically? What is over? Like, endings and beginnings. What has ended? What season has ended for you personally? And again, you don't have to answer this here. You're welcome to, or if you're watching this later on, you're welcome to share with the group. And it doesn't have to be astrological, but what what really is over? I'm saying, for me, a lot of, relationship stuff has shifted this past year, and also really recognizing that I don't have to go down. Let me rephrase that. If I recognize an energy that's like a deja vu, that I was like, I know where this ends. I don't want to go down this road, nor do I want to explain to you this energy. And I transmute that within myself and I recognize it. I just kind of keep walking, and I kind of, like, allow those boundaries to be really strong. I don't really have to explain myself. I think that's probably it. If I was gonna label it here and now, that I, like, not explaining myself for my decisions, my life, not oversharing or overgiving, just kind of saying, yeah, yeah, I'm gonna go this way. I'm gonna do that. And that's what I'm gonna do. Because that's the way I'm gonna vibe. But yeah, it has not, I think, in the past few months, there's been some relationship energy that shifted for sure, and that's felt a little bit like, "Ugh, but you gotta do it. You gotta do it." Is it just me over the past few weeks been very emotional? Yes, 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 yes. 100% Nigel, you are not alone in that. You are not alone in that. Not at all alone in that. Anybody else feeling like crying as a food group? Right here, for sure. I'm making sure to do my due diligence to fully integrate up until the final day of 2025. Yes, because as great as to feel that energy that's coming up, it's important to know the energy of right now. You are teaching me so much today. My Aries is like, it's 2026. You're teaching me so much today. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. It feels like the healthiest version of myself that I've ever been. Yeah. And I wouldn't have been able to get here if it wasn't for, like, the guttural journey of 2025. Like, 100%. I don't think I and that's something that is not for everybody, for sure, but I'm an experiential learner, and I learn through really uncomfortable situations and putting myself in that situation to say, "Okay, I can't do this anymore. I can't do this anymore." Yes, yes. Oh my goodness, saying thank you for the villain, but not inviting them to live in your house, dude. It's just I've met villains before in the past. I'm like, "Do you want here's a key. I made you a key to the house. Yeah, you can come anytime you want. Anytime you want." Yeah. But now and I was chatting with another friend the other day about that. It's like, "No, you're at the mailbox. That's good. That's good. Yeah, you can stay at the mailbox. That's a nice place to be. And it's to really understand all of those boundaries. Dude, here you go. Here's a key. Come on anytime you want. Anytime you want. Day and night. Come right in. Come right in. We've done it. I've done it. I'll speak for my statements. I'm not gonna speak for anybody else, but like I've done it for sure. I've done it many times. And so this year was about looking at my role in that and looking at why was I so afraid to sit with the discomfort of being with myself and sit with the discomfort of, yeah, just that's something that I talk about it in the Neptune video that's posting tomorrow, where it's a lot of what Neptune transits or Neptune vibes can bring is a disassociation, is a, numbing a little bit of I don't want to be present, so I'll scroll, so I'll drink, so I'll smoke, so I'll trip, so I'll do this. And even like over educating, we can get so over into the process. We've talked about that numerous times. And it's just to really sit with presence and to say, wow, I'm lonely, or wow, I'm not where I thought I was supposed to be, or wow, this emotion is painful, or I've never felt this before, or even I'm bored. Even I'm bored. Boredom from someone that comes from an addictive past or has an addictive personality like myself, like boredom can be incredibly triggering. If you come from traumatic past, big T, little t traumas, it can, quiet and boredom is like, what's coming? Who's behind the other door? What's coming? I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. Like we don't. And so sitting with quiet and peace can be very difficult at first. And we have to get used to that. When you come from corporate backgrounds, when you come from heavy work backgrounds, when you come from service backgrounds, it's like boredom and quiet can be, dude, it can be intense. It can be super intense. And so to really sit with it and to sit with not even processing it, but just to feel it, just to feel it. Yeah. Yeah. Like the amount of times, and Nigel, I'm speaking to you directly, especially like I've been actually physically hugging myself, crying and being like, I'm here with you. I love you so much. I'm so grateful to be here with you. You're not alone, Sarah. I wouldn't be anywhere else in the world. Like, yeah, yeah. Like singing Selena here in my room. Yeah, yeah. Is that dreaming? I don't even know. Yeah, yeah. Just like literally sitting with myself in straight hysteric tears, crying, eating snacks, and hugging myself and not doing anything. Just being, you're good. I love you. I love you. I love you. It's even Sybil, my cat, she's not the cuddliest of cats. So even when I'm like, she's like, give me a hug, she's like, girl, no, deal with it yourself. And then in the middle of the night, she'll come up and lay on top of me and lay with me. So it's like, and you just can't pet her because like if you pet her, then she'll go away. So I'm like, I'm learning how to love you in the way you want to be loved and not the way that I desire to love because I have many scratches all over my body. So, but she's my lass. She's my girl. Yeah, sometimes we get not the animal or not the friend or not the being or not the, I'll say animal. Yeah, she's not the cat I thought I was going to get, but she's exactly the right one for me. Yes, positive affirmations and watching my comfort show, Daria. You chose wisely. You chose wisely for sure. That is such a beautiful. It's delightful. She got it. The dad was my favorite, I think. Hands down. Hands down, the dad was my favorite. He's just nut about us. I haven't seen that show in ages. Oh, all those days. It's so wild, yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Every subplot on that is just beautiful. It's so beautiful. And those positive affirmations mixed in with the comfort is so beautiful. That's the exact balance, Nigel, that I'm really excited to share with you. I love that. I love that. Because we can't be love and light all the time. Like sometimes you know me in my Lord of the Rings. Sometimes I need the fights of Mordor. Or it was, oh yeah, It was Thanksgiving where I was having my very special Thanksgiving. I made cinnamon buns in the morning. I made pizza later on. I went for a walk in the woods. It was really lovely. And I thought it was going to be like Christmas movies and like, oh, it's just going to be. No, I put on Gladiator 2 and I was just like, this is wholesome. This is really nice. And I just finally let me breathe and relax. I tried putting on, like, Miracle on 34th Street. I tried putting on Home Alone. I was like, "No, this is not it's not scratching the itch." And then Gladiator 2 just, oh, scratch that itch. So, yeah, put on the comfort and enjoy the comfort and know why you're going in and have the intention to go in. Like, yeah, the full Daria episodes of Movie Link. Oh my goodness, Nigel. I would appreciate that, please. Absolutely. That would be amazing. Yeah, please. Like, I so receive that. I so receive that. Thank you so much. Yes, please send me a message on Instagram. I appreciate Thank you. That's so generous of you. I love that. Oh my goodness. This is but yeah, the astrology that I'd highlight 2 days Neptune's going to go direct. One thing, and I talked about it in the Neptune video, that's tomorrow, but I want to highlight it here. There's just a few dates that from the 22nd of October is when Neptune retrograded back into Pisces at 29 degrees. 10th of December, 2 days from now, Neptune is going to go direct. And then on the 26th of January, 2026, Neptune will go into Aries energy. So from the 22nd of October to the 26th of January, Neptune's at 29 degrees of Pisces. Like, just end it, finish it, be with it, process it, feel it, do the thing. Like, it's so potent. It's so potent. And there are times that I've had like salty, spicy tears and I'm crying and I'm just like, feelings are so feely right now. I'm feeling so much. And I'll just shake it out, stem it out. I'll be with myself. I'll shake. I'll do some breathing exercises and just really sit with it and really be with it. Or just go outside, get some cold air and just go into the woods and just be with it. Not identify with it, but sit with it. And that's something that, like, really being with yourself and sitting with yourself. There was a video that I did about like the like I saw something that my mind was doing. I'll post it in the description afterwards because it just really I was like, "Whoa." I just saw my brain clearly. I saw the way that my mind was trying to love me, trying to get me into a lovable situation, but I really spent the time to just sit with myself. Sit with Sarah, the avatar, and just say, "I love you exactly as you are, where you are, regardless of what you think you need to be lovable, regardless of what you think you need to be successful. I want to be right here with you." And so that is such a gift that we can give to ourselves and just let anything come up and love ourselves and reparent ourselves, not reparent our inner child, but like actually be there as a loving guardian to ourselves, to our humans right here and right now. And just say, I know you're frustrated. I know you're sad. I know you're emotional. You don't have to label it. Neptune and Pisces at 29 degrees, we don't have to label where it comes from, what it is, any of that. You can just be with it. At least for me, sometimes when I find the label, I'm like, it's my inner child. And my inner teacher is just like, no, it's not. And then it's like, I don't need to know where it is because I don't need to be processing at all times. And this is me saying that. It's my job to process. So it's very, yeah, it's a lot, but it's a beautiful a lot. And it's amazing how expansive the world around us becomes when we get to know the expansiveness of our inner world and our inner soul and our minds and our processes and our inner team, as I call it. It's a beautiful experience to live. And the way that we've navigated this is going to really lead us towards the healthiest foundation for sure. Sitting with just human self is so beautiful and challenging for me too, without labels. But this human life is so precious. That is so beautifully said. So beautifully said. It is. It can be so beautiful and challenging at the same time. Just to sit with ourselves and just to sit with the story that we've told ourselves. It's For me, sometimes it's hyper productivity. Where like, who am I when I'm not working? Or this drop, this boredom that I feel right after. And it's sometimes I go for a drive after like I recorded a video, had a collab call, had this, was doing things on the computer, emailing. And so when I'm not in front of the computer or I'm not staring at my own face or doing something, I get this like, whoa, am I worth something? If I'm not offering something to the world, who am I when I'm not giving? Who am I when I'm not creating? Who am I when I'm not showing up? And it's like, oh, dude, it's deep. There's a lot of opportunities to transmute this life's karma into dharma. So well put. So well put. And it's and I really and like let me know your perspective on this. I feel like so much of it is just observation, it's just shining a light on it and saying, I'm not going to do that anymore. I'm not going to repeat that pattern anymore. It's kind of like to stay in the karmic loop. The analogy that always comes to me is like you have this closet that needs to be cleaned and you walk by it and you're like, well, that needs to be cleaned. Well, that needs to be cleaned. Well, that needs to be cleaned. But it's like, thank you so much, Nigel. I really appreciate that. I'm so grateful. Thank you. And to really transmuting that is just to open up the doors and just clean it and shine the light on it and sweep it up and just say, okay, that's done. What's next? What's next? And we can clean it once. Yeah, when we're finally done with a cycle, a pattern, a habit, a karmic pattern, whatever it may be, we don't have to repeat it ever again. Yeah. But it seems that presence is the only way out is through. The only way out is through. So it's very I like using the term gross for what it took this year, and it was gross work going into the inner self, for me at least. I don't wanna project that onto all of you, but for me, it just took a lot, and I just didn't realize how deep it went and how many lifetimes there were to really come out of, but it feels on the other side, and I talk about this in the Neptune video, is like you can see that light in someone else. You can really see it if you when you meet someone, and it's so much of all of you here. This year was gross. Okay, good. I'm glad to share this with you. It was just disturbing for myself. And it wasn't like the out that it was all in here. It was all in here. But I see that in others. There's this there's this humble, giving, loving, compassionate unshakableness of the souls that are in this collective that have gone inward this year that I'm like, wow, you're kind of like in love with yourself, like in the best of ways. Like you've fallen in love with yourself, the good, bad, and ugly. So it's like this unshakable energy of like, you think you can touch me? You haven't even heard the way I spoke to myself this year. So you think that your comment can touch me? You think that that is going to rattle my cage? You don't even know what I've gone through. So oh, song of the week for the passionate romantics. That's me for sure. A love that will last. Renee Olstead. Is that how you pronounce it? I hope it is. Thank you. That will last. Oh, I'm such a romantic. Such a romantic. I can't even. Yeah, yeah, yeah. To really it's not I don't wanna use such broad brushstroke terms as like we're all telepathic and we can tell, but you can tell. You can tell. Sweet, sweet. You can tell when someone went in because it does feel like the vibration and the energy of 2025 was offered to everyone of like, "You wanna look you wanna go inward?" And I was like, "Okay, sure. Let's go inward. Didn't know this was a labyrinth, but let's go in." And I did it, and you did it. We all did it. And it's that discernment of, "Oh, that feels amazing. That feels amazing. I'm gonna check that out. Thank you. Thank you, Nigel, for the song of the week. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. And I appreciate the Daria. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. It's it's an opportunity to transmute judgment into discernment and to recognize that it's not about, oh, you're on a lower timeline than me. It's about saying that's just not the vibration. This is my vibration. This is what's for me, this is what's not for me. And community is integral to, in my perspective, our growth and our trajectory in many ways, not just in leadership, but just in life. The people we surround ourselves with matters. It matters. And I want to be surrounded by people that are also speaking from I statements, but they're going to push me to grow because they're growing. Not with the expectation of like, you know what you have to do, Sarah, but in a, I'm signing up for this course. I'm doing this. I'm going to the gym. I'm going to yoga. I'm going for a walk, or my body feels like it's integrating something. So I'm resting really heavily right now. So it's not about that hustle. I know a lot of people in my life that right now have been sitting more deeply in contemplation and doing slow movement patterns instead of just like going to the gym every single day or going for runs or pushing themselves in different ways, because sometimes slowing down is the way to get through what it is that you're in. Yeah. We can't be on full force if we're at a really difficult, like, navigation space on the mountain. But when we're going, at a normal level path, we can kind of speed up a little bit. So trust where you're at, trust your feet, trust your vibe, trust what you're in, and trust this beautiful expansion. It feels to me very, very much like the image that came to my mind was, when Neo was getting, like, he was doing all of the, basically it's like we got downloaded with like, I can do jujitsu now, and it's like just in your brain. This expansion is like in there, and you're like, oh, cool, I get this. I understand this now. I understand this new vibration. I understand this new channeling capability. I understand I need to call this person or message this person or email this person or reach out. We know it. We get it. We're vibing with it. And it does feel like such a vibration, like I said, bigger, outside of our reach, or it'll take so long. Just walk the path. Just take the step. That journey of 1,000 miles takes one step. Takes one step. I love you all so much. Oh, Mercury as well. Mercury's going to go back into Sagittarius energy, which I'm excited about. That's going to happen Eastern Standard Time on Thursday. So Mercury had gone retrograde in Sagittarius energy. So we're getting back in there with our evolved selves and with the new mindsets, the new downloads, the new information that we received with the retrograde of Mercury going back into Scorpio energy. So there's a depth to our tone now. There's a depth to our voice and to our knowing that we can bring into Sag energy. And like I said, yes and no, complete sentences, but especially no is a complete sentence, because your radical no is going to get you to your profound resounding yes. So say no to anything that's not the full yes, anything. And take your time. That's not always me, but like we'd said in the chat, take our time. Yes, yes. This year has led me into writing and world building, turning the grit and despair of my life into a two-part trilogy. My mind is all over the place. I love this, Nigel. Thank you for sharing with the group. This is amazing. Oh my goodness. Beautiful. Beautiful. And it's, you had said it before, it's like turning, like transmuting the pain into art. And that's exactly what you're doing. It's not about, yes, yes, yes. This is beautiful. This is so beautiful. I'm really excited for you. I'm celebrating you. The artists are just coming out of everybody. It's not just individual artists. We all have that within us. We all have that capability. It's just finding the way that it wants to flow. Artistry could be physical exercise. It could be parenting. It could be interior design. It could be music. It could be writing. It could be anything, painting. It doesn't matter. Or finding an amalgamation of all of those different things. Ice skating. Yeah. Yeah. Graduated from university. I could do animation now professionally. Look forward to the future. Oh my goodness, that's beautiful. Congratulations. This is huge. Oh, it's been a huge year. Congratulations. I'm so excited. Thank you for sharing that with the group. We're celebrating you. Oh my goodness, there's so much beauty to celebrate here. I love it. I love it. I'm so grateful for you. Thank you for being here today. Thank you for showing up always. I appreciate you. However I can best support you, please let me know. Please reach out directly. individualized services, one-on-one services, membership groups are available right now. There's going to be expansion in the membership groups. I'm going to talk about that there, and I'll talk about that later on. But so much of what I'm being called to do is to really be available for not just Eastern Standard Time, but global. Global. I'm thinking of turning into albums. Yes. Nigel, you're on a path right now, darling. You're on a path. Keep following it. Create it. Write it. Claim it. Script it. Yes. 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 It's beautiful. Beautiful. I'm so grateful for every single one of you. Thank you for showing up today. Thank you for being yourselves. Send me any questions or any comments, anything you've got. Thank you so much. I'm sending you so many hugs across the world. I love you. I'm here with you. I'm here to support. I'll find that video and I'll post it below. And yeah, please reach out, please explore. I invite you to explore the membership cafe if you're interested in deep diving for self-led, soul-led leaders like yourselves. But I will always be here on Mondays, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And next week, Mars is going into Cap on Monday. I'm just so here for that. I am so, so, so here for that. That was one of my favorite transits. So, like, yeah, that Mars return is gonna hit ya. It's gonna be good. I love you. Have a beautiful week. It's happening. That's you. That's you. That's you. Receive it, claim it. It's a good time. I love you all so much. I will see you all next week, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time here at the cafe. Until then, I will see you soon or see you in the next video. Have a beautiful day. Love you.